Oh my God!
What do you think, boys?
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're revisiting the controversial Quahog scenes that enraged viewers and even other networks. If you've never raged at these scenes before, expect major spoilers ahead.
Where to find a bum or steen or stein?
Number 10. Peter bonding with Chris. Family Guy never shied away from crass humor before, but there might be a limit. After Chris bonds with his grandpa, Carter decides to make him the sole heir of his family fortune. Naturally, Peter wants in on the money, so he does the only thing he can think of. He tries to marry his own son.
Why do you even want to marry me?
It's time to settle down and simplify things, like maybe having one ATM card and one bank account. Say yours.
What follows is a string of uncomfortable, incestuous jokes as we're forced to watch how this will play out.
No, Dad.
I don't know what normal is anymore.
The saddest part is that Chris goes along with it so that he can finally spend time with his father, since Peter can't be bothered to bond with his kids without benefiting himself. Who was this episode for, in all honesty?
Dad and I spent more time together planning this wedding than we ever have before. And if being married means I get to spend even more time with my dad, then it's worth it.
Number 9. Peter's Boston Marathon victory. In one infamous cutaway gag, Peter recalls the time he won the Boston Marathon.
Holy crap, this is awesome! I haven't felt a rush like this since I won that marathon.
His winning technique? Run everyone down in his car and drive to the finish line. Unfortunately, what was originally an entertaining cutaway about Peter cheating his way to victory and causing mayhem ultimately aged poorly. The episode aired 1 month before the 2013 Boston Marathon tragedy. The parallels between the incident and the episode were too unsettling.
Today, this city and the entire nation will pause to remember the victims, their families, and the incredible acts of courage that the world witnessed that day.
In light of said tragedy, Fox had the episode banned from the airwaves and streaming services until 2022. We joke about how Seth MacFarlane can predict things just as well as The Simpsons, but we doubt he wanted this prediction to pass.
I'm Bob Costas, here with Boston Marathon winner Peter Griffin. Peter, how did you do it?
Number 8. Chris's new girlfriend. After surviving a night in the woods, Chris finally musters up the courage to ask out his newest crush, Ellen. Both Stewie and the audience are surprised to learn that Ellen has Down syndrome. The episode was positively received by fans, but not everyone was happy with the show.
Listen, there's something I've wanted to tell you for a really long time.
Oh yeah? What?
Well, I really like you.
Former governor of Alaska, Sarah Palin, took great offense at a passing mention of her and felt that the episode was making fun of her son, who has Down syndrome.
So what do your parents do?
That's better. My dad's an accountant, and my mom is the former governor of Alaska.
Ellen's actress, who also has Down syndrome, actively defended the episode and accused Palin of using her to garner sympathy votes. No matter which side of the argument, it only proves that you need to be cautious with whom you reference.
Now get up, come over here, and give me a shoulder massage.
Okay. Boy, you're tougher than a doggy dominatrix.
Number 7. Ida Quagmire. In the episode Quagmire's Dad, Glenn is caught off guard when Dan announces plans to undergo gender-affirming surgery. Thus, the world is introduced to Ida Quagmire, and reactions to her are split at best.
I don't even know what to call you. My dad? My other mother? My friend who pees sitting down but can also palm a basketball?
What about Ida?
Oh, no, man, this is too hard.
Quagmire's trying to cope with a loved one making such a major change, which is understandable. However, everyone else's reactions are disgusting. Peter and Lois needlessly dehumanize Ida, and Brian arguably has the worst reaction of all.
How does this happen? When they move to a new place, they're supposed to notify the neighborhood. That's how it works. He didn't actually move. He's just visiting.
Suffice it to say that this did not sit right with the LGBTQIA+ community, but it does lead to one of the most satisfying beatdowns in the show as Quagmire wails into Brian mercilessly.
If I ever see you anywhere near my house, I'll blow your head off!
and die!
Number 6. Meg's sacrifice. With the Griffins trapped inside during a hurricane, tensions rise between the family as Peter, Lois, and Chris start ganging up on Meg. Finally, having had enough of the mistreatment she faces every day, Meg tears into all three of them.
My point is that with all the irresponsible, reckless, idiotic behavior in your past, that somehow you have the nerve, the arrogance to consistently and ruthlessly point out my shortcomings.
It is extremely satisfying to see her finally standing up for herself. However, after the three start turning on each other, Meg decides that her being the scapegoat is the only way to keep the family stable. Fans are appalled by this.
It's just my lot in life to provide. Maybe if I feel bad, they don't have to.
Meg, being the show's punching bag, was already getting old fast, and seeing her accept it, instead of just leaving this toxic home, undermines her heroic sacrifice.
Oh, so this was all about you. It wasn't about us.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense. You see, I thought it was weird that I was a bad dad.
Meg, how could you put us all through that?
Number 5. Peter's tasteless barbershop quartet. Peter claims to be amazing at giving bad news, demonstrating this with a cutaway.
I got a knack for delivering bad news.
I don't know how to tell you this, Mr. Devaney, so I'll let these guys do it.
You have AIDS. Yes, you have AIDS. I hate to tell you, boy, that you have AIDS.
The flashback features him and a barbershop quartet singing an upbeat tune while they tell a sickly patient he has AIDS. While audiences laughed at the absurdity of the song, it wasn't a laughing matter for several AIDS service organizations.
Be sure that you see that this is not HIV.
They felt the song was tasteless and made light of a serious illness. Others defended the song, not only because it was so catchy, but also because it was intentionally vulgar, and that made the joke even better. Whichever side of the argument you stand on, you can't deny that the show had a happy talent for tasteless humor.
You've got the AIDS.
Number 4. Stewie gives birth. Did reading the title alone make you squeamish? Just wait, it gets better. Stewie is worried that he and Brian are becoming distant. Luckily, he has the perfect solution. Use Brian's DNA to impregnate himself. For the rest of the episode, we're forced to watch uncomfortably as Stewie, a 1-year-old infant, experiences the joys of expecting motherhood.
Brian, I'm going to need you to deliver the baby.
While the actual birth is heavily censored, it's still enough to make our skin crawl. Worst of all, the children all have birth defects, so Stewie and Brian swiftly give up parenthood, pretending that none of this ever happened. Glad they're able to.
We didn't have to do any of this.
I guess not. How attached to them are you?
Not at all.
Yeah, me either.
Meanwhile, we'll be haunted by the memories of this whole ordeal for years to come. Number 3. Jeff and Brenda. Domestic violence is a heavy, complicated subject for any TV show to try to cover. Think Family Guy could handle it gracefully? Think again with this one. Quagmire struggles with watching his sister Brenda deal with her abusive boyfriend, Jeff.
And Jeff and I are happy to stay here with you for as long as you need.
Fine! Then you call my cousin Terry and tell him we're not going to be at his karate recital.
Well, Jeff, he is my brother.
Why do you always got to remind me I didn't finish high school?
The entire episode is painfully uncomfortable, more so for those who dealt with domestic violence. And it fails to capture the seriousness of the subject matter.
Hey, what's going on, dudes? Brenda just fell. Get your lazy ass up and get my neighbors some beers.
They dumb it down to the most basic level and blame Brenda for choosing to stay with Jeff, when domestic violence is way more complicated than that. The only thing this episode succeeded at was filling us with dread for its failure to portray an ongoing issue respectfully.
Everyone, I have wonderful news. Jeff and I are getting married. I'd show you the ring, but it's under the splint.
Number 2. Brian's murder. One peaceful afternoon, Brian is suddenly run down by a car and dies from his injuries after the commercial break. A heart-wrenching funeral is held, only for Peter and Lois to start looking for another dog immediately after. Stewie is unable to move on, and neither is the audience. The show killed off characters before, but the idea that they'd kill off a main character was unheard of.
I want my friend back.
Your friend?
Yes, my best friend. My dog, Brian. He's dead. It's our first Christmas without him, and no one's even mentioned his name.
We're left speechless. Until 2 episodes later, when they undid everything and brought Brian back to life. It was meant to be a lesson about appreciating your loved ones, but it felt like a lesson on how to emotionally trap your audience.
Brian, look out! What the hell? You're alive, my friend!
What? Of course I'm alive. What the hell's going on here?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The first banned episode. When You Wish Upon a Weinstein was produced before the show was canceled for 2 years, and it was banned from airing on Fox until 2004. The issue stems from the episode's musical number, a spoof of When You Wish Upon a Star, where Peter sings about wanting a Jewish accountant to help him with his finances.
Lois makes me take the rap, 'cause our checkbook looks like crap. Since I can't give her a slap, I need a Jew.
The song's humor is mostly tongue-in-cheek, but one offensive set of lyrics sealed its fate and led to a major lawsuit from the Bourne Company.
To teach me how to whine and do my taxes.
They claimed that the tune devalued its source material with its anti-Semitic content. The DVD commentary claims that the 2 rabbis praised the episode, and the lyrics were changed for future airings, just to be safe.
I need a Jew.
Which Griffin family moment made your blood boil? Let us know in the comments.